All right, joining me now on Inside TBT from the Happy Valley Hoopers and Penn State, Myles Dread. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. I wanted to set this up because it's always cool when guys go from, straight from the NCAA tournament to TBT. So we'll definitely hit on TBT a little bit. But first and foremost, you had a great year at Penn State. The team had a great year. Your guys' team was awesome. Would love to just hear, your thoughts on this incredible season that you guys just recently had.
I mean, this season was magical, man. Like I tell people all the time, me coming back from a shoulder surgery, we had a bunch of guys transfer out. And, we were really trying to find ourselves, throughout the off season. We went to the transfer portal. We got some amazing, amazing pickups from Cam Winter and Andrew Funk, Mikey Henn. And they were such a big help for us. And they, Cam Winter hit 2 buzzer beaters back to back for us to even have a chance to go to the NCAA tournament, So, I mean, I'm just so grateful that I got to be a part of something so special.
How fun was that Big Ten tournament run after the great season you guys were able to put together?
Man, it was like, so for me, the most games I'd ever won in the Big Ten tournament was 2. And it was like amazing to see, because we knew how good we were. And sometimes we just kind of struggled to put it together. But it really felt like we hit our stride right at the right time. And things are just clicking. We were playing together, playing great basketball. And we finally got a chance to really show the world Penn State's here. And we played some great teams, and we got the best of them. And I mean, we lost to Purdue. I don't know how much we lost by 3 or 4, but to be down as much as we were after playing 3 straight games, going into the 4th, that's tough to do. And we took it on the chin, and we just said, screw it, we're just going to go fight. And we fought our butts off.
So obviously you had played in Chicago before in the Big Ten tournament, been to Chicago, but a little bit of an extended Chicago stay this time. What did you and the team do during your time in Chicago outside of basketball?
We were actually really amazed with the whole St. Patrick's Day thing with the Green River. I'd never seen that before. I heard about it because I'm from Detroit originally. So I heard about it, but it was really cool to see. And our hotel, we shared a hotel with Indiana, and I'm good friends with a couple of guys on Indiana's team. So, we'd hang out a little bit here and there, but really, I mean, it was strictly business. I mean, we were there. We were on spring break, so not a lot of us had homework to do, which was great. We'd watch Netflix, or we'd Andrew Funk and our strength and conditioning coach, Greg Muskinis. I know they were playing chess. Love playing chess, but I mean, we were watching a lot of the other conference tournament games as well too.
It's funny to hear you say homework because literally a month from now, you will officially be a professional basketball player, and you'll be able to think back that 3 months ago you were worried about homework. But TBT, it's really become an extension of college careers. So for you, what was the biggest reason why you decided to play this summer with the Happy Valley Hoopers?
I mean, John Hara is a lot of the reason why I played basketball for as long as I did. I mean, he was, he kept me motivated when I was injured. He kept me motivated when things got hard. He's one of my best friends, and I give a lot of thanks to him. And for him to come reach out to me and say, hey, we're putting this together. And it happened. They announced that we were going to form a team during the season. And obviously, I was like, well, I don't know yet. We're still playing. I still got to figure this out. But as soon as the season was over and I knew, I was like, yeah, I'm playing. No question. I have no doubt in my mind that I want to play with these guys again. And fortunately, I've actually gotten to play. I'm one of the few people that I've gotten to play with everybody that's on the roster. Not a lot of guys can say that. So I thought that was pretty cool too.
It's very cool. And you got Jamari Wheeler, who became a Buckeye for a few months. You got him back in a Penn State uniform. I got to ask you, practicing against him, he's got to be an annoying player to go up against in practice.
He's a pest. My goodness. For somebody to be, in the top, like the 99th percentile in steals in the country every year he's played. Like, you can only imagine what practice is like when, there's no referees out there, or, your coaches are the referees. Like, he's getting steals left and right, making people mad. That's just who he is as a basketball player. Love to play with him, hate to play against him. That's the best way I know how to describe it.
There's a lot of big name guys on the team. We just talked Jamaru, we talked John Hara. I got to tell you, I mean, this is a championship caliber team without it. But what about Jalen Pickett? I mean, are you hitting him up? Or are you like, hey man, come on, this is an opportunity. Get a little bread. Keep repping Penn State. We need you, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely hit him up, but I think he's trying to go to the big leagues. I'm not too mad at him for it. I respect his hustle, and he earned it. You know what I mean? Like, he put the work in, and he's still continuing to put the work in, and I know he's going to have a great NBA career.
I agree. I think he's a great player. I do this basketball pool every year where you pick guys from each group of 4 seeds and it's just the total points throughout the whole March Madness. And Pickett was one of my first picks. I was like, that's got to be a guy on the team. He's just going to stick his ass into the defender, dribble down, and get a bucket. Another practice question. Who's your favorite, like, practice teammate? A guy that, you're going to get the shots up you need. A guy that if it does get a little more intense, he's ready to take it to another level in practice. Of all your years at Penn State, who was your favorite practice teammate?
It's between 2 guys, I would say. Probably between Lamar Stevens and Seth Lundy. Like, when practice, me and Seth, we've had some battles, man. Like, in practice, we've gone at each other like we were like brothers. Like, we fight, we argue, we're talking trash, but we know, like, right after practice is over, we can come back in the locker room and kick it and have fun. But, like, when it comes to that court time, especially when practice gets intense and coaches are yelling and, we may have lost the game before, so we know we got to pick it up. Like, me and him have always gone at it. And the same thing with Lamar. Like, we were obviously different players, but just the way matchups worked out, a lot of times we were guarding each other. And we both, like, we're opposites of each other in a way. Like, he's taller, I'm a little shorter, he's more athletic, I'm a shooter. Like, we were just, doing things that the other didn't do. And we would just go at it, and Lamar was one of the most competitive dudes you could ever meet, and he would let you know about it too.
That's great. I think you might break the record. You mentioned you being a shooter. You might break the record for most threes attempted in a single TBT game this year, because I know you're going to come out fiery. But if you had any conversations with the team or the coach, like, hey, Myles, and I know we're like a month away, so starts talking like, Myles, every time you get the ball, shoot it.
No, we have not had any of those specific conversations just yet, but I do know that Ross Condon is our head coach, and that was his spiel to me when I was actually playing at Penn State. So I don't assume it's going to be too much different than that, but you never know.
I got a couple fun questions for you, but before we get to that, couple more TBT things. All right, you're in the Syracuse Regional. You got the 2 most recent TBT champions in there with Boeheim's Army, obviously Syracuse, and the host, and Blue Collar U, who, if TBT had it, would be the overall number 1 seed. So you'd potentially have to go through those teams. And technically, Boeheim's Army has the 2020 champs also. Not sure how familiar you are with TBT, but they added a bunch of the guys from the Golden Eagles team that won in the bubble. You're used to being, an underdog, having played at Penn State, being a lower seed. What do you think about having the 2 previous champions in your regional? Just to win 3 games, you'll have to beat 2 of those teams potentially.
Like you said, and I've been an underdog my whole life, and I'm really excited to get out there and play. I know they got some great guys on those teams, and we got some very talented guys on our team too, And difference is, I think we've played together, and we have one of the most connected groups, especially on a team like the TBT team, where you're pulling guys from different teams and even from the same organization, but from different teams. They weren't necessarily together. Like me and John have played with everybody that's on the roster, like from the Sheps to the Jamari and Sam, like everybody that's been here on the team, Josh Reeves, like we played together and played with each other at some point. And, you know, that is something that is one, special. Two, we all come from a very similar cloth in terms of who recruited us, you know, who wanted us to be around their program. And I'm really excited to play for that.
It's super exciting. All right, I want to finish this out with a couple of fun questions. First question, least favorite place to play in the Big Ten?
See, I'm weird like this, but like I like the hostile environments. So normally you probably get an answer like, you know, Purdue or the RAC or Breslin, but like, and I'm from Michigan, so I love playing Michigan State. Probably least favorite, I'd probably have to say like Northwestern or Minnesota, because like they're just difficult places to play. Like, you know, it's just I don't like. Actually, it's Minnesota. I don't like the elevated court. I've never been a fan of the sitting down below the bench in the courts here. I never really liked that. So I'd probably say Minnesota.
Well, also with Minnesota, there's like a 90% chance you're going to have a snow delay on the way out.
No question. I remember one year we were out there and it was like -8, and it said on our phone, like on the iPhone, it said negative. It felt like -20, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Why are we here? Like this is cold, but this is ridiculous. Like, come on." So
I love it. All right. Player that you hated matching up against has to be like a 3 or 4 year guy. Can't be like a guy comes in one and done, had 30 against you. I need a guy that you knew you were battling twice a year, every year. Who was that guy that you hated?
Hated?
Hated, but like obviously had a lot of respect for, but you're like,
Yeah.
all right, this Trace Jackson Davis is about to dunk it 30 times against us tonight. I hate that we have to play him again.
I'd probably say Brad Davison from Wisconsin. Like, he's just a competitive, strong, skilled, you know, smart basketball player. And he's one of those guys where if you make a mistake, he's going to exploit it and he's going to let you know about it. I love playing against Brad. I'd say Brad Davison.
That's a great answer. All right, you're in Minnesota. The flight just got canceled. Your only way to get back to Penn State is you have to drive, okay? And you stop at a gas station convenience store, and you can only get 2 snacks for the whole drive. What are you getting?
Well, Minnesota to Penn State is like a 16-hour drive. So I'll probably get like a sandwich or something, right? Like, you know, a
No,
couple
you're getting meals along the way. I
Oh,
just
okay,
want to
okay.
know.
So
I just want to know your snack
okay.
order.
Snack order, I'll probably get some Utz honey barbecue chips and a bag of Swedish fish.
Those are
Love
good.
Swedish
You
fish.
you really got to separate those because if you get the Utz like stuck in your teeth
Yeah,
and then you got the
definitely,
Swedish
definitely
fish
two
coming
parts
in
of the
there.
trip for sure. For sure.
I don't know. I don't know if you're a Trader Joe's guy, but
Love
Trader
Trader.
Joe's has their brand of Swedish fish called Scandinavian Swimmers. You got to get them.
Ooh,
Better than
interesting.
Swedish fish.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
might have to look into that.
All right. Last question for you. When you committed to Happy Valley Hoopers, I tweeted the Thanos Marvel quote when he says, "Dread it, run from it, destiny still arrives," or some iteration of that. 2-part question. First one, did you like that? And are you a Marvel fan?
Yes, I did like it. And yes, I am a Marvel fan.
And the second question is, what's your favorite Marvel movie?
Favorite Marvel movie? I'm old school. I'm gonna say like the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Ooh,
I'm a huge Tobey Maguire fan. A lot of people are like, you know, I like Andrew Garfield or I like Tom Holland, but I mean, I don't think anybody did it better than Tobey Maguire. So
I
the
like
original
that.
Spider-Man with the Green Goblin and James, was it not James Franco? Yeah, James Franco and Kristen Dunst. All those, yeah.
Oh, so you're like a big fan.
Yeah, I really, yeah, I like the Spider-Man movies. Yeah,
Did you see the new cartoon Spider-Verse yet?
I have not. I have to go see it.
let me tell you, get yourself a bag of Swedish fish and go watch the Spider-Verse movie because it's incredible.
That's what's up. I definitely got to go check it out.
All right, before I get you out here, this is how we wrap this up. Any questions for me? It does not have to be TBT related. It can be anything. I know you barely know me. We're going to get to know each other throughout TBT, but any questions? You know I'm a Marvel guy.
Yeah, but I do know that you're from Chicago.
I am.
And so I always ask this question a lot to people that are from Chicago. Is Chicago-style pizza better than New York-style pizza?
Ooh, that's a great question. So I'm a little numb to Chicago-style pizza. Like, the big one is Lou Malnati's. When people come into town, it's like, you got to try Lou Malnati's. I grew up getting Lou Malnati's like it was Domino's. You know, we had one on every corner where I grew up. So I really, really, really like Chicago-style pizza. I think it's in just like its own category. With New York style, I'm going to answer it, and I'm going to take the political way to answer this and say what I would say if I was running for president and trying to get Michigan voters. All right. Detroit style pizza is unbelievable.
I mean, I know Detroit style pizza is the best. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that, but I'm glad you agree with me.
I'm never going to say, whoa. I don't want that. I would rather go get New York, or I would rather get pizza's pizza. It's all good. But Detroit style is probably the most low key, and it's incredible. So crispy. Every piece is crust.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite Detroit style chain?
Buddies.
I don't know if I've had that.
The best pizza in Detroit, Buddies, for sure.
All right, who's the best basketball player to ever come out of Detroit?
I mean, I guess you got to say Chris Webber, right?
I like
Derek
that.
Coleman, Derek Coleman, Chris Webber. Yeah, probably Chris Webber, though.
All right, last question. I know I said last question like 5 times. Most famous person in your phone?
Spice Adams.
Adams.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That's a funny one. That's a Chicago guy.
Yes. Well, he's actually a Detroit guy, but he lives in Chicago, yes.
Yeah, he's now a Chicago guy. All right, if you're ever in Chicago and you haven't seen Spider-Verse yet, me, you, Spice Adams, a bag of Swedish fish, Spider-Verse.
Let's do it.
All right, Myles Dread, Happy Valley Hoopers, I appreciate you coming on the show. Good luck this summer, and I don't know if I'm going to be in Syracuse, but I'll definitely be in Philly. So maybe the Penn State fans will get to come watch you in the semifinals and finals in Philly.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Clocking out early, that's the dish I don't like. Been getting paid since I was riding on the bike. Hit the pedal with the 8th, hopping on the 9th flight. I've been chilling out of sight, I'll be at the bar tonight. Told the bartender, go and take my card to swipe. You try the same thing, but your card get declined. White rappers nowadays, no, we're not too hard to find. I'm so dapper with my ways, I'm gonna linger in your mind. Always told me good things will come to those who are patient, but I've been way too patient, writing bars in my basement. I'm anxious in the real world, it's time for me to say this. The basics, the talent in my mind, I can't waste it. My life is too safe, it's my time for risk taking. I'm baking my mind, every day it's the same ish. Lazy, my grind needs to get a new facelift. Coming from the underground and busting through the pavement. Rock with it and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Now rock with it and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Don't think that I'm playing because I'm saving the game, and I said that I will be more because oh yeah, that is so raving, racing and pacing around all these lames in my lane, out my way unless you're trying to pay me. Not from the playpen, it's coming from the jungle. When you hear the bell, you better be ready to rumble because I'ma grab the gloves and I'm gonna flex my muscles. Go ahead and spit some bars, but you're probably just gonna mumble. A lot of rappers these days really need to get them humble because they think they at the top, they better stop before they stumble. Cause I'm swiping all their biddies while they swiping right on Bumble. And your girlie calls me daddy, but she only calls you uncle. But no, we not related, homie, no, we not some fam. You never get in clubs, you can't even